Did you know that just 21 days of inactivity, or even a single simple mistake, can completely lock you out of the West Virginia unemployment system? Yeah, it's true. And that means delaying the financial assistance you urgently need right when you need it most.
Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're going to demystify the exact, step-by-step process of certifying for your weekly unemployment benefits in West Virginia. Look, the system can definitely feel like a maze of red tape, but our goal today is to hand you the blueprint. We want to ensure you get paid on time without any of those frustrating administrative delays. Okay, let's dive right in.
Here's our quick roadmap for today. We'll start with an introduction to West Virginia benefits, walk through the detailed certification process, tackle common issues and solutions, highlight some additional resources, and finally wrap up with continuing certification.
Section 1. Introduction to West Virginia benefits.
Okay, so one of the most confusing initial hurdles for new applicants is the waiting week. Basically, this is a mandatory unpaid first week per claim year. The real trick here is that you must serve this week after meeting all your other eligibility requirements. You won't get a check for this week, but you still absolutely must log in and claim it to receive credit. If you don't, your actual paying weeks are going to be delayed.
Now, before you can even begin that weekly process, you've got to meet a monetary baseline. To be eligible for up to the maximum 26 weeks of benefits, your prior earnings have to hit a specific threshold. You must have earned at least $2,200 across 2 or more calendar quarters in your regular or alternate base period. If your monetary determination notice doesn't show you meeting this, well, the weekly certification process just isn't going to yield any payments.
Section 2. Detailed certification process.
You really need to memorize this strict administrative timeline. The weekly filing window opens super early, Sunday morning at 12:01 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. The state highly recommends filing sometime during the day on Sunday for the fastest processing. But look closely at that third point. The window slams shut on Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern. Missing that Friday deadline means you could lose your payment for that entire retroactive week. State systems absolutely do not mess around with deadlines.
So how do you actually do it? Certifying is done through one of 2 authorized portals, the secure online website at uc.workforcewv.org or the automated phone system at 1-800-379-1032. Once you're there, you'll securely log in using your social security number and a PIN. But remember this golden rule of unemployment. You are always answering questions about the previous Sunday through Saturday week that just ended, not the week you're currently in. When you log in, be ready to accurately answer some very specific questions. You've got to report your total gross earnings before deductions, confirm your physical and mental ability to work, and confirm you're immediately available to accept a job. You also need to honestly state if you refused any work or referrals, and report your 4 required weekly work search activities. A massive trap to avoid here: any gross earnings must be reported for the week the work was actually performed, regardless of when your employer finally hands you the paycheck.
Which brings us to a super common question. What exactly counts as a valid work search activity? You're required to actively seek full-time work by completing 4 verifiable work search activities every single week. What's actually pretty fantastic about the modern West Virginia portal is that you can conveniently document and upload your proof, like application confirmation emails or screenshots, directly into the system during your weekly certification. Doing this proactively is a lifesaver. It prevents future audits from the agency.
Let's talk about part-time work for a second. If you're picking up part-time shifts while on unemployment, you can earn up to $60 a week without any deductions to your benefits. It's a really nice little buffer. However, any amount over that $60 mark is deducted dollar for dollar from your weekly benefit amount. It is absolutely essential to report every single penny accurately to avoid triggering fraud flags.
Section 3. Common issues and solutions.
Listen up, because a simple choice you make on day 1 can have severe consequences later on. When setting up your initial claim, you have to choose a payment method. Direct deposit is highly recommended for faster payment, but pay very close attention to the warning on the state debit card option. If you select the ReliaCard Visa debit card, you are legally barred from switching to direct deposit later on for the entirety of that benefit year. You've got to choose wisely from the very beginning.
And beware of a really common regional trap. Because of geography, a lot of workers in the area confuse West Virginia's system with Virginia's system. But look at the difference in lockouts. Workforce West Virginia triggers a filing lockout after 21 days of inactivity. It's vital to remember that Workforce West Virginia has unique login lockouts and strict Sunday to Friday filing windows that completely differ from neighboring states. Don't mix up the rulebooks.
If you take nothing else away today, remember this word, stop. Once you hit submit on your weekly certification, your answers are legally final. You can't just go back and change them online. If you're confused by a question or if you lose concentration, halt the session immediately. Just close your browser or hang up the phone before submitting and call for help. Guessing an answer to an official state question can literally trigger fraud investigations or freeze your payments entirely.
Section 4. Additional resources and support.
Go ahead and scan the QR code right now. It gives you direct, immediate access to official claimant handbooks, necessary forms, and the official work search activity log right on your smartphone. It's an incredibly handy tool to keep bookmarked so you have the official guidelines right in your pocket whenever you need them. Look, if you do get locked out or realize you made a mistake, do not panic. Here's your lifeline. You can reach out to a local claims examiner through the General Assistance Helpline at 1-800-252-JOBS. There's also the dedicated telephonic certification line, a specific email for federal claims, and highly valuable in-person support at local career centers in places like Charleston, Huntington, or Morgantown. Those offices are open Monday through Friday, and they can physically walk you through your claim.
Section 5. Continuing certification.
Here is a massive and unfortunately super common trap for claimants: failing to complete their job service profile. Under West Virginia law, you must register at macc.workforcewv.org before you claim your 6th benefit week. Failing to meet this registration deadline results in an immediate suspension of your weekly payments. Do this early in your unemployment journey so it doesn't suddenly pull the rug out from under your financial support a month and a half in.
Also, definitely keep an eye out for special circumstances like disaster unemployment assistance or DUA. If you're claiming benefits due to a declared disaster, the rules change entirely. You cannot request your weekly payment online or by phone. You absolutely must use specific paper forms mailed to you by Workforce West Virginia, and you have to provide proof of prior employment within 21 days of applying.
Before we wrap things up, please keep this disclaimer in mind. While this explainer covers the standard administrative blueprint, your specific case may vary. State procedures and laws absolutely can and do change over time. You should always consult Workforce West Virginia directly or seek legal experts for personalized advice regarding your unique employment situation to ensure you are fully compliant.
I'm going to leave you with one final, absolutely critical question to think about. Are your 4 work search activities perfectly documented and ready to upload this Sunday? Taking just 10 minutes to organize your work search proof before Sunday morning can be the literal difference between a prompt payment and a frustrating delay. Set yourself up for success. Are you prepared for this week? Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and best of luck navigating your certification.